Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on Saxlingham. Just going to get the combine going straight away today because we've got all the canola fields to harvest anyway today. The wheat fields, the other wheat field I should say, is not quite ready yet, but they'll be ready in September. But these two, this one and the other field just down the road, field 3, they are now ready to harvest. They're both canola, and yeah, we're making a start straight away with this. So hopefully today the chaser bin or auger wagon that I bought last time I actually don't own it yet, will be useful today, especially on the other field, not so much again on this one because this one is still only very close to the yard, but yeah, the other field that we're going to do later on, that one certainly I would say will be benefiting from having the auger wagon there, I hope. So yeah, the plan is to get the helper to do the other field, maybe even do some of this field as well. I'm just going to make a start doing the headlands myself, but I think we'll get the helper to do the rest of it once I've done the headlands on this one, and that way I can unload it into the auger wagon as well. Yeah, so that is the plan. It's quite a misty morning. I think it was misty last August as well, because we started the series in August, didn't we? That was the first month we started in, and that was quite that was quite a misty month as well. I seem to remember in the morning anyway. It did clear after about an hour or so, so by sort of 9-10 o'clock in the morning I think it was pretty much clear, but yeah, it does start off misty, I remember, in August last year. Okay, so I'm going to make a start with this now, go around the headlands a few times, or twice probably, or maybe even once. How many, just out of interest, how many has it got going on? One headland, maybe we'll do two. Should we just do one? Gives us more space to turn, although the helper will be doing it mostly I think, but yeah, we'll do two. We'll go around twice. Oops, that's brought it off course. There we go. We'll do 2 laps of the headlands on this field, and then we'll get the helpers to take over and do the rest of it. And that's when hopefully the auger wagon will be of a bit of use to us, particularly in the other field, not so much this one. Right, so the headlands are all done, the helper's now taken over, it's going to do the rest of the field. Let's just check the chickens. Yes, they could probably do a little bit more feed. Just get that done as well. Jump on this tractor. Still using this one as the main chicken feed and egg moving tractor ready at the moment, unless we get anything better, but I'm reasonably happy with it. It does the job. Not much point changing it really, but if I was going to change it, I'd get that one which has got the 4-wheel steer, which is a bit more manoeuvrable. Quite like that one. But yeah, this tractor does the job for now, so we'll keep hold of it for the time being, I think. Because I am trying to save up for more land if possible. Just wondering though whether we should invest in some sort of mill to turn the canola into canola oil, because that would be more valuable to sell. Might be worth doing. We could probably go with the mill that we use on the multiplayer series, which seems to be pretty good. It's quite a bit cheaper than the base game oil mill, that's for sure. Anyway, the feed trailer's run out, so we'll go and refill that. It's pretty much going to use all of the wheat that we harvested last episode. I think it's all 20,000 litres, is it? Yes, it is, yeah. And we harvested 21,000, so there's 1,000 litres left in the silo. Luckily we have got another field to harvest, otherwise I don't think we would have had enough. But I'm hoping that between the two fields we will have enough. But if I can find a field that is suitable and at the right price with wheat in it or barley or any sort of crop that the chickens will eat, I will buy that. I'm thinking based on the prices of the fields in this map we might not be able to afford one yet, but we'll see. This is pretty heavy, so yeah, this tractor's struggling a little bit with this trailer, but luckily we're not going too far with it. We're only going, but this trailer, all it's going to do now is just go between the silo and here at the chicken shed, so yeah, it's not got too far to go. It's perfect for this job really. It holds a reasonable amount of wheat, which will keep the chickens fed for quite a while. We do have a full shed now though, 700 chickens in here, which is a lot. It's a lot of chickens. So the egg production, as they get older, the egg production is really going to increase a lot. At the moment we've only got 2 pallets, but it won't be long before we're getting 2 pallets every hour or something probably. I don't know exactly how fast it'll be, but I imagine it'll be pretty quick when all 700 chickens are mature. I don't know exactly how fast it'll be, but yeah, that should be pretty good. Right, okay, what's next then? We'll go and unload the combine again, because that will be probably half full by now. So we'll get that unloaded and then it should be empty enough to finish the field on its own. And then we'll probably have a look at contracts, because yeah, it's always good to have a contract going in the background with the helper doing it. It's all extra money, it all helps. Yeah, it looks like the combine is about half full there, so we'll get that unloaded. And then yeah, like I say, when this field is finished we'll be moving to the other field, field 3, is it? The one down the road? Yeah, field 3, which is also canola, so we'll get that one harvested too. But the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking we should probably get a mill to turn this into oil. It will be worth more. So I think we will do that. The question is, where should we place it? There is that field where the chickens are. I think that's probably a good location actually. I'm sure there's space there for one. Just check the used sale. That's interesting, but probably not really required at the moment. It's certainly good value for money though. Wow, 625 horsepower, we can get to that. Only 19 miles an hour though. Anyway, let's look at the mill factories, and then yeah, this is apparently the best one to go with, so we will have a look at this one and then we'll place it. It doesn't take up much space actually, so it'll easily fit in this field here, or maybe even down here. My only concern with here is it's quite sloped. We also need to access the pallets. It's a bit, yeah, it's a little bit on the sloped side here. It might not be too bad though at the top. As long as we can tip and move the pallets, that's the only concern. I wonder if that would be a good location. So the pallets spawn where the yellow box is basically, and then you tip it that side, so as long as we can access both sides easily, it should be fine. But I'm just, yeah, I think it's probably a bit steep for loading pallets this side. Possibly. That tree is in the way. Okay, it's a bit, I think it's a bit tight. Let's move over here. Let's have a look to see how steep this field is. I know the flattest part is where the chicken house is, but maybe there is another location that is suitable. Up here doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I reckon we'll go there somewhere, about there. That should be pretty good. Hopefully, fingers crossed that'll do a good job there. Just need to be able to get access to the pallet spawn area there, but yeah, we should be good. I'll do a bit of landscaping as well. It wasn't too expensive, that was, it's always nice when it's cheap, because it means that there's plenty of money left over to put towards more land, of course, which is what I'm trying to save up for on this series mainly. I will do a bit of landscaping though around it to make it a bit easier to see what we're doing, and particularly this side where the pallets are going to spawn, because we'll be moving the pallets and we'll need to stack them up, so we need to see what we're doing and where to put the pallets. Just go a bit more this way as well. Okay, yep, that looks pretty good. So we'll be coming around here, tipping on this side. into there, and then the pallet's going to spawn there. This is the one that produces pallets really quick though, so we'll have to keep on top of that. Okay, right. So yeah, this is going to be tipped into the lorry trailer, and then we'll take the lorry to the mill and unload there. But of course, yeah, the idea is to keep the lorry off the field, so we don't really want to be going any further than this. We'll just have to keep the lorry here, and then we'll come down with the auger wagon when we're full, and then we'll take the lorry to the mill to sell. So I said we're going to get the helpers to do a contract while we're busy with the harvest, so while we've got nothing else to do, we'll get that set up and going. Go with the most expensive cultivating contract, I suppose. I think we've done this field before, so I'm not quite sure what it needs doing again. Maybe it's already been harvested, which would be very quick. Because I know we already harvested that field, and yeah, looks like it's already been harvested again, so that's good. Yes, so we've got the machine here at the shop. I'll take this over to the field and get the helper going on this contract. So we've got going in the second canola field now, and just brought the load from this last field that we harvested to the mill. We just need to open the door. There we go, and then we can tip this canola in here and turn that into oil. Just back up a bit more. There we go, and then we can tip that. So 36,000 litres from the first field. That's pretty encouraging actually, because we've got even more in the second field, so that should be pretty good. And while that's tipping, oh, has it filled up? Is that full? I was going to say we can activate the production. So this is the Polish grain mill, which I think is the most productive one. So we'll activate that and keep it on storing, but we're going to have to keep on top of this because yeah, I think it's going to produce the pallets quite quickly from what I remember. Yeah, we need to make sure that doesn't get full. It's got a 6 pallet limit. But I'm guessing that will go up quite quick. So we'll leave it to do its thing, and yeah, when it's, well, just keep an eye on it basically. That's the best thing to do. So we can't tip any more there. We'll have to take this sort of with a bit left in it to the field, and then we'll use the. Actually, we'll get that done now. Actually, we'll get the combine unloaded. Yeah, it's almost full. So actually, very good timing that. Just keep an eye on the combine. Hopefully, it doesn't go the other way around the field now. That would be a bit annoying. I think it's going to continue down this line. I hope. And yeah, as you can see there, the cultivating contract is 19% complete. That's going to take quite a while because it's a big field and it's also got those trees in it which it has to go around. So that is always makes it a bit slower for the helper, but we'll just leave it going in the background, and it'll bring in some extra money in you know, in the background while we're doing other things. So it's always handy to have a contract underway. It's always good for an extra bit of income. Right, here comes the combine, so we'll get this unloaded, and then once we've done that, we'll bring the lorry down here, park that somewhere out the way at the edge of the field, and every time the chaser bin gets full, we'll tip that into the lorry, and that'll keep everything moving. Hopefully, that's the plan. Hopefully, it will go to plan. But yeah, this is a situation where it is useful to have this chaser bin going. Well, we're a lot further away from the farm, and it's longer to cart everything back. But the limiting factor now, of course, is the mill. It only has a 25,000 litre capacity, so if it doesn't all fit, we'll have to. If everything else gets full, all the trailers get full, we'll have to tip in the silo and then move it to the mill as and when there is space for more. We'll just have to see how fast it takes, or how long it takes to produce the oil out of those 25,000 litres. We'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes. Are we empty? I think so, yeah. So we'll leave that there, and then we'll bring the lorry over here as well, and that'll keep everything moving. This is the final field for today, though. We haven't got any more fields that are ready, so unless we can buy one, of course. But I think with 230,000, normally on a normal map that would be more than enough to buy a field, but on this map where the fields are so massive and expensive, it's going to be a bit out of our price range still. We're really ideally needing at least 400,000 to be able to buy a field. All the ones around this farm are around 400,000 or more, so yeah, it's quite expensive. Anyway, yeah, let's head down to the field, and we'll get this parked up at the side of the road as a dump trailer to tip into from the auger wagon. Well, perhaps it's just the flour where it's very efficient, that mill, because it is taking a bit longer actually with the canola oil. It is going to be a while before we get more space in there for more canola, so I think we are going to be putting most of it into the silo until this is used up, and then yeah, we'll go back to this again when it's got more space in it. But I think the harvest seems to be going okay. I think it's just stopped, but I think it's just sorting out the short bits, and then it's going to go up and down the main part of the field, hopefully. So we'll leave that to do its thing, I guess. Don't think there's much more I can redo unless I just take over on the combine. But everything else is going okay. The cultivating's going fine, and the chickens are doing their thing. So what's the price like for eggs at the moment? I don't think it's great, but we'll have a look. If it's a decent price, we'll sell them, but no, it's not really. No, we'll wait until November, I think, to sell the eggs, because we don't have that much anyway. We've only got a few. So yeah, it's not worth selling them for that amount, really, especially not at that price. So no, we'll leave them. We'll leave them, not do the eggs at the moment. Right. So there won't be a pallet spawned, I don't think yet. It'll be a bit quick. No. Okay. So that's just doing its thing in the background, and eventually, we'll, in the autumn and the winter time, when the price is good, we'll come and sell all of the canola oil pallets, and that'll be worth quite a bit, which is desperately needed. So shall we look at the fields again? I know that they're all quite expensive. This is the one I really want because it's close to the yard. But yeah, it's £416,000. So I suppose we could get a loan, but it does have a crop of sugar beet in it as well, which I don't really want. Maybe next year for that one. I don't know. And then yeah, all the others are, again, quite expensive. That one, yeah, I looked at that one because it's smaller, but they're not very good soil types, these ones, so they're not really worth bothering with. It's these ones that I want to get, all these ones really. but the cheapest one is 416,000, 700,000, 746,000 for that one. Really, really good fields, but so expensive. 25.9 acres. Which, to give you an idea, the one I just harvested was 7.7 acres. So it is quite a bit bigger. But yeah, it just makes it so difficult to buy a field on this map because they are so expensive. But at some point we're going to have loads of money because we've got all these relatively big fields anyway, and the amount of canola oil we'll get off these fields once it's all processed will be a lot. So it is still well worth it. I think we're going to do a contract then because there's not much more I can do other than drive the combine. So there's another bale wrapping job. We'll do that, I think. Done quite a lot of fertiliser jobs. Unless we do a harvest. What's this? Canola. Something for the chickens would be useful. So the oats, probably the oats. Not something so far away though. I'd like to do a field that's a bit closer to the farm really. None of them seem to be particularly close. 26, that's oats. Yeah, we could do that one. And 11, that's canola though, so yeah. Let's just do 26. It's the closest one probably to my farm. Although still not exactly nearby. And hopefully we'll have a bit left over to give to the chickens. Because I think the chickens do eat oats, so that's okay. We'll borrow the items, might as well. It does reduce it by 1,000, but we're busy with our combine, so yeah, we might as well do it with the contract combine. Right, okay, so we just need to keep... Don't forget about the other things going on though. It's going to be quite busy doing this, because harvest contracts are fairly labour intensive. But yeah, I will drive up there and make a start on that harvesting job. So I've got the helper going now on the combine over there, and what I've decided to do, because I think, I'm not 100% sure because it's been a while since I've done this, but I think I've got a mod on that allows you to bale the straw from contracts, which will mean we get a little bit of bonus extra money from this contract by selling the straw in the winter, if we can bale it and move it all back before the contract ends. So that would be the plan. I've brought all the equipment over here now, and also keeping an eye on my own field, which is 50% full. I think we'll get that unloaded, and that should then be enough space in the tank of my combine to get this field finished without having to unload it again after this one. So yeah, that is the plan. So we'll need to use the Unimog, I think, because all the other tractors are kind of busy and the class is a bit slow and small to do the baling, so we'll get the Unimog on the baler and get that done. But there's no point starting the baling right now anyway, because the combine's still doing the headlands and it would just cause problems if I start getting in the way with the baler straight away. So we'll give it a bit of time to get the field a bit done before we move over with the baler, which gives me a good opportunity to finish this one, or at least get this combine unloaded now while we wait for that other contract combine to fill up a bit. Then we'll get that one unloaded, the contract combine unloaded after it's done its first lap of the headlands, and then we'll get the baler going and make a start with that. think we should have enough space between the auger wagon and the lorry trailer to get this whole field in, which is good. And by the time that's done, maybe there'll be a bit more space in the mill to tip it in there. But yeah, it won't all fit, so whatever's left over we'll just have to go into the silo. There we go. Right, so we'll just leave that out of the way here. And we'll go and see how the contract combine is getting on now. Which is over here. Oh, it's still over there. It's taking a bit of time. This field is not going to be quick to harvest, even though it's a smaller field. How many acres is it? It's 8.8, so it's a bit bigger than that 119 that we did, but it is a smaller combine, so it is going to take a bit of time. Probably we're not going to get it finished today. This is just the start of it today, and we'll get it finished next time. But at least we've made a start. It's still going around the headlands. What I'll do, I'll get it as it comes down here. Wait for it to come all the way back to the start. We'll be able to unload it along this stretch here. I'll just go and spin round in this top area, and then it's actually quite nice around here. Actually, just a little pond there. I wouldn't mind buying that field. It's probably one of the cheaper ones as well. I think the only problem is the soil type isn't very good on it. But yeah, this looks nice. I do like this. Such a beautiful map, this. Really, really good. So well done. Anyway, here is the combine, so we'll get that unloaded. As it turns around, and once we've done that, I'll go and get the Unimog and the baler, and maybe make a start on the baling, or at least get it over here so that it's ready to go when there's a bit more straw to bale, because this combine is taking its time, shall we say, on this first headland lap, and it's not going to speed up any particular amounts, I don't think. Yeah, it's pretty slow. Mind you, saying that, the cultivating contract is not exactly progressing too quickly either. That's on 59%. It's getting there, but it's stopped again. Yeah, they certainly take their time to turn on the headlands, that's for sure. Right, let's go now, shall we? Yeah, we're going. Let's get unloaded. But yeah, most of these oats are going to have to be sold, but I'm hoping that there will be a few left over for the chickens. And obviously the straw, if it will let me bale it, I think it will. We'll try that out anyway and see if it does work. And then we can store that in our bale storage shed and sell that in the winter time when the price is good for straw. There we go, that's unloaded, so that'll keep it going for a bit longer. And yeah, I'll go and get the Unimog. that's all the canola brought back then. We tipped full load in the silo, and then well, we'll just leave this here for the time being. We don't need it again today, so we'll leave that just tipping into the mill as it processes all of the canola into oil. Although, yeah, it's not that quick, so it's going to be a while before we get even one full pallet, and certainly a very long time before we process all of that oil. But never mind, all that canola into oil anyway. Yeah, so it's just going to leave it to do its thing. And the contracts are both still going. I did just pause the baling for the time being because we were busy sort of finishing up with our own harvest, but we can bale it, so that's really good news. And I'll get that all done next time, and we'll bring the bales back to our own farm. Hopefully this is not going to get full before I get alongside it. It looks very full. I wasn't really paying attention because I was busy sort of packing up my own equipment, but we'll leave the combine and the auger wagon in that field because we'll be moving on to the next one right next door, probably in the next episode or in 2 episodes time. So yeah, there's no point bringing it back to the yard just to bring it straight back again to the same area, so we'll just leave that where it is. And yeah, just about managed to catch that before it got full. We'll get this unloaded and then we'll pause the video here, and next time we'll resume doing the same thing, basically finishing this contract, finishing the cultivating contract, and potentially moving on to our next field. But we need to focus on getting these contracts done first and moving all the bales back to our yard before we do anything else, because we're quite busy. It's going to keep us quite busy doing these two contracts, particularly this contract. The other one's just going in the background, but yeah, this one is quite labour intensive, so we need to get everything done here before we can finish this contract. Right, I think that's empty, so yeah, we will leave it there for now, and next time we'll finish off this contract and all the baling that goes with it. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.